everyone. So I'm back. I am going to work on this wreath that I'm trying to make. I used all of the fabric in here so far is from the bags of the leftover sari silk and so forth. I don't think this is really silk. I think most of it is nylon. But from saris that are made in India, the rag rug is made from leftovers. And I bought the rag rug at Big Lots. You can also find them at Five Below occasionally. And you tear the rag rugs out, wash all that fabric. Please wash it. It's filthy dirty. It's swept up off the floors of the loom where they use looms to make saris and stuff and sewing machines and stuff. They throw the scraps on the floor and then they're swept up and they make rag rugs out of them. And if your rug says made in India, you'll know. And then those strips are really dirty. So please wash them. Anyway, just my tip of the day. If you get one of those rugs from India, I am going to start beading and stitching and putting all kinds of fun stuff on here. I just saw this. I'm going to, if my fingers will cooperate today. I have some stars. Look at these sparkly stars. So they're going to be absolutely fun to use in this. I'm going to have to restock my fun beads. And yeah, I used to get these at Tuesday morning. And if you know me at all, you've listened to me rant about my sadness over Tuesday morning closing down. I don't know about anybody else, but it's very depressing that they closed down. So, you know, I'm a little frustrated because the inside of this, I don't know how much this looks like a circle or a wreath to anybody else, but you know, I'm always more self-critical than anything. So, you know, just take my own self-criticism with a grain of salt, please. And don't listen to me. Be supportive of yourself, because if you're not supportive of yourself, you can't always depend on other people, although I have some beautifully supportive people in my subscribers, and I really, really appreciate you. And welcome if you're new here, and thanks for being here. That's, you know, that's always a surprise to me that anyone is here. So I pulled out the beads, but however, I think I'm going to start with some ribbon first. Please excuse me, I have a cold. I picked that up somewhere along the way. Thank you very much. So I am going to try and make it through here without coughing, sneezing, or losing my ability to function, because that's iffy right at the moment. Let me tell you. Okay. So I wonder, should I put a ribbon, like a bow, on this? After I snipped it, I thought about it. So this probably isn't going to be long enough, but we will see. My little pudgy fingers here. And if not, I'll go back to the original plan, which was to gather this and, oopsies, don't pull it too far. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Tying it that way did not work. So, see, can I? Can she do it? That would be kind of cute. Just put it at the top there. Of course, that doesn't have to be the top. This could be the top. Okay, let's cut. Oh, better scissors would have been better. I think I am going to stitch that right there and work off of that. So what are you up to today? Did I say I hope this finds you well? I do hope this finds you well. I need red thread. Hope it finds you better than I am, being that I have a cold, because that's no fun. Thread the needle. So if you've been here, you know my tip is if you can't get the thread through the eye of the needle, and it should fit, like you can't, it's not that if you can't get it through because of using thread that's too thick for the eye of the needle, but if you can't get your thread through the eye of the needle and it should fit, use the other end of the thread. That is my tip. And I'll bet you it'll be a lot easier to get through. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, I have a double thickness of fabric here. And I read yesterday or the day before that using 2 layers of fabric, did I say fabric or thread? If you use 2 layers of fabric, there are multiple good reasons to do that. And one of them is if you have your items in a frame, you are going to be less likely to see any threads that you carry or knots that you have on the back. So I'm giving that a try with this one. I don't love that it uses twice as much fabric because if you know me at all, you know I like to be frugal with my supplies. So for me, that's a stretch. I'm hoping I'm getting this through the fabric of the ribbon, through the knot of the ribbon. All right, I'm just going to go. I don't want it to show. Oh, come on, get out of the way. Cooperate. Everything needs to cooperate. I do want to make sure this is down very well. So wait, come on. There we go. I've been finding some interesting people on YouTube, and there's one on Instagram who I'm very, very envious of. She dyes all her own fabric, and she makes scrunchies out of her dyed I can't remember if she said it's silk. It's silk something. Silk, felted wool, maybe. Anyway, but this time of year she makes stars out of her hand-dyed fabric. And the beading that she does on those stars is amazing. I can't tell you who it is right now because I only have the Instagram app on my phone and not on my iPad. But the stacking she does with the beads, and I use my phone to film with. Finish the thought, Martha. Sorry. So I feel my throat getting froggy. So I am completely envious of that. and would love to know how to stack well, I know how to stack beads like that. When she pulls her supplies out, like if you see my supplies, it's not a lot at all compared to her. It's like crazy amazing that she has what she has. All right, now I'm going to do with some green ribbon what I had originally planned to do with the red ribbon. And that is to make a ruffle. If you have any questions about how I do any of this and I'm not showing it, please feel free to ask. I am more than happy to share. Oopsies. Let's put you back over with the other ribbons. My hands are very dry. It is raining today, thankfully. Thankfully, it is raining today. So I'm using 2 strands from a 6-strand floss, green DMC floss. 1 strand I find is not strong enough to hold, so I have to at least double up my strands. And because I don't have all my sewing thread up here, my sewing thread is in my basement. Because I don't have my sewing thread up here, I don't have a variety of sewing threads near me. I just don't have enough room up here for all of that. So what I do is I take a very small area from where I come out to where I go back in. And then I take a larger area for the bit that's going to stick up on the ruffle. And some ribbon is way better at cooperating than other ribbon. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. Some ribbon splits, even though this is fabric and not, you know, a weird ribbon, like a papery ribbon or whatever. This is fabric, but it's, oh, Martha, it still can split. So I am hoping to go shopping either as it gets closer to Christmas or after Christmas and find some pretty Christmas ribbons and stuff that maybe I can use next year. I was watching, I think it's Dottie B, and her name is Sally, and she's making a ribbon Christmas tree, another great idea. And she has a ribbon that says Merry Christmas on it. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice to have? So I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled for stuff that goes on sale like that. When it's time to look for that stuff, I will definitely be, come on, now behave. Sometimes you have to talk nice to your stuff so that it'll behave well. Yeah, okay. I think that'll work. So I'm going to keep it tight, and then I'm going to finish it off. Come on, don't unthread again. That's twice now. Anybody counting? I should hold a contest. The person who gets it right. Unfortunately, I lose count during the filming because I am constantly unthreading my needle. Probably should have used a smaller eye. but I needed a hefty, excuse me, a hefty enough needle to get through the ribbon and hold it together. Now, I'm okay that this is all kind of wonky. It just adds character, I think. So I can put it up next to that. I could put it out here. I can turn it in a circle like its own little wreathy kind of thing. I think I'll do that on this one. Okay. Yeah, today's the perfect day to like have soup, you know? It's a nice, steady rain. We're not getting floods. We're not getting bad weather. We're not getting, you know, dangerous weather. It's just a nice all day, well, it's supposed to be all day, steady rain. And I'll tell you what, our area needs it so badly. We are so dry here. There have been numerous forest fires, brush fires, and the poor fire departments are worn out from fighting these fires. And I live near Shenandoah National Park, and yeah, there's been a lot of land lost, acres and acres and acres and acres and acres of land lost to the fires, because everything has been just, somebody throws a cigarette out and the leaves are starting on fire. It's just been awful here. So we're not known for being high fire area. I mean, I don't live that close that I'd be in danger, but golly, it's not good. And I do live in a community full of trees, and they put a no burn ban here, but people around this community don't listen, don't pay attention, so. Okay. I do have to say, so far, using 2 layers of fabric really makes a nice surface to stitch on and stitch through, and things seem to hold down really well on it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, some beads. Now I took out the red beads and I haven't done anything with them, but I have green thread on my, just a little green thread on my needle. So I think I'm going to pop a couple of beads in somewhere. It's a nice big one. Sorry if my voice keeps going in and out. I think it's going to be one of those days. Now these yellowy green, I'm not that crazy about. There's a nice one. That was another one. There it is. That round one there. Sorry. I might have been out of camera because I'm sort of poking around for what I can see in the bag and get my fingers in there and get them out. Okay. All right. I don't have enough thread to put all of these on, but hey. Hey. It's okay. Yep. That's all right. I try to start my beads, if I remember, with, I don't come up and just put a bead on it. Mostly because I found that then the beads can come loose. So I come up, go down, come back up, and then put the bead on. And then, let's see. I can put this bead on. Oopsies. I don't know if this is going to work for me or not. Probably not. I don't think I have a long enough thread for this. Probably not the right thread either. Here. I'm just going to do one bead at a time on this one. I'll try some bead stacking off camera, and if I can get it to work, because I think this piece is so dimensional that I think I'm going to have to... Do I want this to stick out? This away? Yes. There we go. This piece is so dimensional in the center here that I don't want it to just fade off into nothing. Although that's a nice look too. There. All right. Now I went through twice because that's a heavy bead. And I'm very short on thread, so I'm just going to tie this one off. Make sure it stays on there. The heavier beads, a lot of times I will tie off after each bead because you don't want it sagging somewhere down the road. You know, as things age and they're heavy, you get sagging, right? Us women know that. All right. Now, I could use my nylon thread that I like to use, but I really like sticking with the color that goes with the bead, and I only have the nylon upholstery thread that I like to use for a lot of heavy beading, like heavy as in thickness of how many beads I'm putting in. I only have that in black, neutral tannish color, and one other color that I can't remember off the top of my head. What other color do I have? I also have beads in here. I only have a few green, but I have red. So there's the neutral color. I don't know where the other two spools are though. Oh look, more beads. Oh yes, more beads. Okay, those are tiny seed beads. Anyway, I don't know where my other spools of that thread are. I'll have to dig them out. Anyhow, all that being said, I am not sure if they make that in other colors. They must make this upholstery thread in other colors because it's for upholstery. It's Coats & Clark upholstery. And it's a great, great beading thread. However, where I shop for it, I don't know if I would be able to find. Let's see, I want that side to go in first. And we'll put that down there. I often lay my beads down so I know where to put that the thread through so it lays flat. I love beading. I really do. I have a friend who's, I may have said this before, I apologize if I repeat myself. I have a friend who's part Native American, indigenous, and he asked me to do some beading on a leather piece that he made. And it was fun and intensive and really stretched my imagination, and I loved doing it. So now these beads have really large holes in them, so I'm not having any trouble getting my needle through it. I have one package of beads here that has a name of I know there's Fire Mountain Gems. You can get beads from there. But I have one package somewhere in my drawer that I need to dig out again. And I think that's all for there. I don't want to use all the beads in one place. They have variety packs like what comes in here, or these green ones, different sizes, different shapes. So I'm going to have to pull that out, that bag out, and probably start placing some orders if I'm going to keep doing my hearts and other items with all the beads and stuff. All right. So I'm going to keep going with this, with other beads and so forth, and I will be back to show you my progress. I won't do it all off camera, but I'm going to do a little bit off camera, come back, do a little bit off camera, come back, because otherwise you'll be bored to tears, and we don't want that. So I will be back. I've been busy. I got a lot done considering I don't feel like I've been working on it that long. So I got these two beads to sort of stand up. What I'm learning is they need to be next to other things that'll hold them up. Either a whole bunch of stacked beads or whatever. These are laying down. I did those on camera, I believe. And this little stack is standing up by itself. This one, however, is not. There is a big bead behind here. However, I'm going to put some larger beads around there. So let me work on that. There are some precarious things around here. So it's getting a little crazy with all the things I have stacked up here. But you know, crazy is crazy. So I think I'm going to spend this afternoon, I may take a little nap because last night was a little rough sleeping with my cold that I have. And okay, can I get it to hey, and what was the other thing I was going to say? Just get a couple of these out. Nap, and I'm going to research beads. That was the other thing I wanted to say. I'm going to research beads online to see if I can get some more, you know, weird shaped beads. I'm just pulling them out. I don't have a lot of green, so I'm a little frustrated with that. Yeah. So I'm having fun with it. There's a little sequin in here. I don't know if you can see that. It's right here. Sort of shines a little. But it's fun. This is fun. And I had to play with needles. If your long needle doesn't go through a smaller bead, then you have to kind of work with it. And I had to switch needles out a couple of times. I'm okay with that. Excuse me. Sorry, trying to get the frog out of my throat. So I sound more like me. I certainly don't sound like Kermit. Alrighty. And so I'm just going to do a few here and finish up this video. And then I will work on it some more. I did, let's see, what else did I do? I put these stars down here. I absolutely love the shiny stars. This was this ribbon, which I'd love to find more of with the gold on the edge. I don't know if I'm going to put lace on here or not. I have some burgundy ribbon I could put on. So there's ribbon here, ribbon here, ribbon here. And that's about it at the moment. But there will probably be more ribbon going on here. Now I have to get these beads. What happened? I don't know how that one is staying up because, Oh, I see. Usually I put a little tiny bead on top to make it stand up, or to put the other, yeah, anyway. I usually put a small bead on top of a larger bead to wrap it, but I did not do that this time. So let me see if I can get, I'm probably going to need, goodness gracious, I think, well, I started my thread there, but honestly, I think I need to put a small stack here. So I guess they're going to be red because I'm all out of good colored green beads. They're either going to have to be stacked or they're going to have to be white. I could use this one, but this stands this way. So that would have to stand there. And then do one like that. And maybe one of these on top of that. And then will this go through my needle? My needle go through that? Yes, yes. Love it when a plan comes together. All right, and then you go, I hope you can see what I'm doing. So from the top bead, you go around it, and then you go back down through the previous beads. Now the hard one's going to be the one on the bottom. I think I got it. And you have to hold this thread taut with the other hand. If the beads come loose, they will not stack at all. I mean, they'll stack, but they sure won't stand up. Now see, that little one is standing up. And then I make sure that I keep it very taut, to keep the thread pulled very tightly. And then I go through the fabric, and this is where having that double fabric is coming in handy, because you can go through just that bottom piece of fabric, but if you stay right under the beads, even if you go through both pieces of fabric or you only have one piece of fabric, you will you won't be able to see the stitches if you stay right under the beads. Okay, one more time. And so I have these two that are standing up. This one is still being stubborn and falling over, so I may have it too tall. But what I realized on the person that I was watching, that I found on Instagram, is that she starts in the middle of her stars, and she has this, I'll try to link her below. She has this, what do I want to call it? Stack of stars, a stack of beads in the middle of her stars. Very, very much along the lines of what I do with my hearts, sort of, kind of. Sort of, kind of. I don't think that's going to work. That's too big. So I'm going to back out off of my thread. Anyway, I'm going to start with this one. Trying to get it to hold this stack up. Now I may not succeed in this at all. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want this bead to go, this is almost a heart-shaped bead, so I want it to go in the bottom there. And then I want to try, I have this flower-shaped bead, kind of an opalescent, that did not want to pull through. I bet you I'll have a tough time getting my needle back through that. And then we just need a little bead on top. I know this bead is not going to work. Let's see if I can find a little bead in here I can get to work. I also have to check Artistic Artifacts because that's where I got these beads from, and I really love them. I want a silver, but I don't want a big silver. I mean, there's a sequin. I don't know how that'll look in the middle of the flower. No, that's a double one. Come on now. Cooperate, please. Nope. I'm going to try that one. Oof. Come on. I don't know if this will help anybody or not. Anybody else doing this? You may be a better beater than I am. Who knows? If so, more power to you. Oh, there are beads flying everywhere. Okay. Oops. So let me see. Please go through, please. Yay! It went through. All right. So I have, let me zoom in. I have the silver bead on top here. Can you see the silver bead? You don't go back through the silver bead. You go through the rest of the beads. Now, the only thing I'm a little worried about is if my needle will go back through this flower bead because it was sort of sticking. And this felt mat underneath, when I stick the long needle through, it's sticking into the felt mat, so it's helping to hold that needle. And then we're gonna that one doesn't want to stand up either. Oh well. You really have to have things help hold up the stacked beads, or you have to make them very short, like maybe 2-3 beads, and then they stand up by themselves. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. There we go. And then basically what I could do right around here is just some more small beading. And I think that's what I'll do to get this to stand up. Just put some supporting beads around it. Oops. I love these beads here. It looks like a Christmas ornament. So I'm just going to put that there. And I'm just going to keep beading here. Oh, go through the fabric, Martha. Can't attach the beads from the back. Doesn't work well. Oops, come back here. Stand up. Just put a few more around here. Should get some white beads in there too. White, 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 white. Not that white. White beads. Hold on. Okay, I have these here. That's right there. That's going to go there. Whoops, no. Okay. Now I'm going to go back up through that one, because it's a big old fat bead there. and go through these beads to sort of help. If I can find the hole in that one, I can't. So I'll go back down here, and that sort of helps hold them in a more firm position to keep them in place. Now, I just have to work my way back. I hope I'm not so close I'm blinding you. Back around this way. I'll go back down. Okay. And then I'm going to come, that's too close. I'm going to come up. I need to cover up this thread here with a bead. So let's see. I'm going to use one of these, and it's going to sit sideways. And then I'm going to come up here. Why is my dryer beeping? I think I forgot to reset my timer on my dryer, so now it's beeping, and I know those clothes are not done. That's okay. I'm almost done with the video. Go back down. I'll get it wrapped around the beads. So these are sort of kind of standing up now. And I'm okay if that one sort of flops over, because honestly, that's what it's going to do. I can't do anything about it at that point. There. Excuse me. Another one of these red ones. Bright red. Put that down there. And let's see, maybe another white one. Can I get around? Yes. Oops. There we go. Do you have a favorite bead store that you buy your beads from? It would have to be online or in the state of Virginia for me. If you do, let me know. Or a chain store. I've looked in Joann's. No, you don't want to wrap around there. Please don't. Oh dear. Okay. Looked in Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and honestly, the selection is very sad. So, there we have the beading. So in my next video, I will probably start stitching, and that'll be that won't be the end of the beading necessarily. Let me move you back up. That won't be the end of the beading necessarily, but I need to start stitching around this now. So yeah, see, isn't that fun? How it's three-dimensional and very much in keeping with what's happening here. Those are just flat. Those are three-dimensional. I'm pretty happy with that. I'll probably stitch some more beads around here. I got to find some more green beads, green that matches. But other than that, yeah, I thought these were green, but they're mostly turquoise, teal, turquoise. They wouldn't fit in with this. So thanks for joining me on this one, and I appreciate it, and I'll be back next time. Take care, everybody. Happy crafting. Bye.